Hey everybody, I'm Tarl Yard with Fixated Real Estate, and you guys know Steve Rosenberg since this is his video.
That's right.
Steve is joining me in Tacoma, Washington right now, and we're going to do a walkthrough really quick on a property that we just bought here in Tacoma. It's a BRRRR, buy it, rehab it, rent it, refinance, repeat. And I want you guys to look at it a little differently, and Steve's going to see it, how we kind of do things here in the Pacific Northwest, how we buy these really crappy houses that are not rent ready whatsoever. And you're going to see in a moment how bad this place is. And what we have to do to it. And I'm curious what Steve's going to think compared to Houston or wherever he also invests and sees out there compared to what we do for our rentals here in the Seattle market. And I'm not sure how far you would want to take one of these properties.
To me, it's usability of all the space and how can you make any more of it functional and usable compared to how it is now, I think it's leaning to one side.
Yeah, it's totally leaning. Okay. You can't tell us.
Yeah, it's leaning a little bit. So there's obviously the things that you have to fix, and then there's things that will it get me more money in rent? Am I going to get a better return by fixing these, or is this just something that I would do because I like that, and is that a business decision or is it an emotional decision?
No, that's a great point. So if you guys are doing BRRRR, you guys doing rentals, the key factors is always like you're investing money into this, and do you get a return for investing money in it? There's things like Steve just said that you have to do. Like this house is crooked. In the crawl space area, we have to fix the framing down there and level the house out. That's something we have to do. And also a little bit of foundation issues as well. The roof's totally on the last 4 years of its life. We have to do that. But then there's things that do I get more value on this property by adding another bedroom, for instance, or something like that? Well, if I have to do an addition to add another bedroom, that's a lot of money to invest to maybe not get a big return out of it.
But if there's space that you can carve out in the house to do that, to move a wall or something, then you look at that as a much more inexpensive.
Especially as a rental. If you're going to take 20 grand and you're going to invest it into something, how much more rent do you get for it? Or how much more appraised value do you get for it if it's a BRRRR property?
Like, is it you put $1 in, do you get $2 out, essentially?
It'd be very challenging to keep all these hardware.
Now, variety is the spice of life. So, there's nothing wrong with having different types of flooring, but maybe not all in the same room.
On what we do with this weird spot, this nook area and the closet, and whether or not we move the front door to right here instead, and then close this off and make this part of this bedroom and turn it into this becomes a master bathroom actually instead. So that way it becomes a master suite for the bedroom that's on the other side. In this house, it's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and it doesn't have a master suite. If I was flipping it, I'd try to find a way to get a master suite in it as much as possible. Keeping it as a rental, it's still more valuable having a master suite. But if it's going to cost me, let's say 10 grand to put a master suite in, but I only get an extra $100 a month in rent for it, then what is that? That's a 12% return on the money annualized. Is that worth it to me? I want to try to get a 20% return for any repair that I put in. So if I'm putting 10 grand in, I want 2 grand a month extra in rent per year if I could. But I don't know those numbers yet because we haven't ran them. So
could makes sense. But it's just something to think about if people are looking at a property that they're going to do. What do they put a priority on?
So for us in our flips, basically most of our rentals that we do are just flips that we don't sell. So there's a lot of work on this one, and we can go through the whole project and so forth. But for time's sake, we don't want to keep you guys much longer. Do you have any other final thoughts?
No. I think it's good for people to realize, what are things that are a must, and what are things, what are shoulds and what are musts. And I think that's what people got out of this today was, what is something that they should replace or they need to replace, or fix a floor, not fix a floor, roofing, the vital things that will get you and the things that will get you more money. And so that's what I think was good to learn today, especially up here in this market that dictates different than other markets.
And it's really important. It's not just the rent. If you're doing any kind of BRRRR property, buy it, rehab it, rent, refinance, repeat, getting the appraised value is just as important as the cash flow, because then you'll get your money back out. If you comp all your houses based on flips and making them nice quality with tile, but you put only rent ready finishes in it, the appraiser's not going to appraise your house for as much, and you're going to have to leave a bunch of money in it. It might not be a good project anymore. So keep that in mind as well, that even though we might make some decisions that might not get us a little bit higher rent, but it's going to get us a higher appraised value for when we go to refinance. So we're good.
All right. See you guys.